The year is 1887. The Cherokee Female Seminary burned in Park Hill on Easter Sunday of 1887. And the Cherokee Council decided that it must be rebuilt. Today you see that rebuilding behind me, Seminary Hall on the NSU campus. But in 1887, there was nothing there except trees, and nearby was an overgrown creek or branch which marked one of the edges of Tahlequah. And Ned Christie, a member of the Cherokee Council, was in town, and something momentous happened along this creek at that time. After the council met in that summer of 1887 and made their decision, Mr. Christie decided not to go home because it was evening, and he would stay at his boarding place and ride by horseback home the next day. Mr. Christie also liked liquor, and he decided to go up the creek and across the creek to Nancy Shell's, where he would buy some liquid refreshment before going to his boarding house. After he partook of this drink, he started back to his boarding place, but got very sleepy, and so he lay down in the brush along the creek and went to sleep. Also in town at this time was Dan Maples, a marshal from Arkansas, and it so happened that Mr. Marshall crossed the creek later that evening and was shot and killed, and Ned Christie was blamed. And thus started the saga of the infamous Ned Christie. The marshals, the federal marshals, law officers of all descriptions tried until 1892 to capture Mr. Christie. He did not give up. He always proclaimed his innocence, and many of the Cherokee people protected him. In fact, he built himself a fortified castle, they called it, out at Wahilla, east of here, and was able to hold out against the marshals until 1892, when he was finally brought from his fortified dwelling with a cannon of all things and died. Thus began and ended the story of Ned Christie, a much maligned but very prominent citizen of the Cherokee Nation.